Hi, Alvaro, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Natalie Miranda. I'll be interviewing you today, so thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Alvaro, let's start off by having you telling me a little bit about yourself.
Alright, well, to start, I attend Seton Hall University. I'm a finance major and a first-generation student. That's something I'm very proud of.
That's awesome. I'm also a first-generation student, and I do take a lot of pride in that as well, so I think that's really wonderful. So, did you swim in high school?
Yes, I did. I actually swam all 4 years varsity.
That's amazing. So yeah, I heard Seton Hall has a really good swim program. Do you swim at Seton Hall as well?
No, unfortunately, I don't. I would love to, but I'm not on par with the skill level of the swim team, and also just the schedule of it, it'd be way too much for me.
Yeah, so you're focusing on schoolwork right now? Is that
Yes,
what you-
100%. School is number one.
Okay, I think that's very important. And when did you learn how to swim?
I learned how to swim at a very young age. It's actually a funny story. In Colombia, where my dad learned how to swim, my grandfather, when he was teaching my father how to swim, just threw him in a river with adult supervision to make sure, he didn't go downstream. And so my father figured, might as well do the same for me.
That's crazy. And you don't have any fears right now with the water or swimming or anything?
No, nothing at all. I love open water. I go swimming in the ocean all the time.
That's crazy. So you think that made you stronger in your passion for swimming?
I would definitely say that increased. That definitely increased my strength in swimming, and definitely it helped with not having a fear of swimming.
No, I think that's really great. That's something that's definitely different from anyone I've ever heard and all the different candidates. So have you ever worked with kids?
Yes, I actually have worked with kids. Not only just like my cousins, but little family relatives, but also in high school. I was starting my sophomore year until my senior year. Every summer I would be in a summer camp with my middle school.
Oh, I think that's really great because we do a lot of summer camps here, and I think it's really important to have people with experience. So I think that's really amazing. And so did you like your experience working with kids? How was that?
No, I loved it. And just because I believe that they're the future.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that.
I consider myself a decent person.
No,
so
yeah.
I like to give them a nice role model to look up to.
No, that's wonderful. And in an event that a child is drowning, what would you do? What would be your number one priority?
Well, I am CPR certified, so definitely
great.
the number one thing would be for that child to get out of the water.
Yeah, of course. And what would you do about the other kids?
The other kids, I would just let them breathe, just calm them down,
Yeah,
assure
that's
that no one is panicking,
Yeah, that's very important.
to keep the situation under control.
Definitely. So, are you all right with involved parents? Because a lot of our parents, they like to be at the practices and be with their kids. A lot of kids do have a fear, so they like to be there. They like to be involved in the water. And how do you deal with that?
Yes, I have no problem with that at all. I mean, granted, these are these parents' kids.
Yes,
of course they want to be involved. Honestly, I would just invite them if they want in the water. If they want to be up to there, or they're just watching from the benches near the pool, they can do whatever they want.
No, I think
And
that's
I'm always
great.
open to criticism.
No, that's great. I think it's really important. It helps to grow a relationship also with the parent and the kid. I think that's really
Yeah,
important.
100%, I agree.
And so how will you get kids to listen to you? Because kids can be very chatty, they can be very loud at times, disobedient, not in a bad way, but kids,
Yeah, they're kids.
they're kids.
Yeah.
So how would you get them to listen to you?
Well, through my experience with the summer camps, just have to talk quietly, talk in a manner that they can understand.
Yeah.
There's no need trying to sound all smart using big
Exactly.
words with kids. No, you just want them to understand you. Humor, also, I have seen throughout the years, works very well with kids.
No, I definitely agree. I think it's important to keep it fun and keep it lighthearted for the kids so they don't get bored or too tense. I think that's very important. I
Yes.
think that's a wonderful answer. And so have you ever held a role as a mentor or a leader before?
Yes, actually, many times throughout high school, I was in a group called Common Ambassadors.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so every back to school night, when the students in all the middle schools would come view the high school, I would be the one who would lead them around the school. If they had any questions, they could come to me, sort of like that.
Oh, I've never heard of that before. That's
Yeah.
very interesting. I think that's really great.
Thank you.
And what sets you apart from other candidates?
Well, I mean, It is an instructor to be a swimmer, so I mean, obviously everyone knows how to swim, but I don't think a lot of candidates can say they're bilingual.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's coming from a Colombian heritage. I speak fluent Spanish as well as being born here. I speak English.
No, I think that's really important because we do have a lot of Hispanic families who also want to get their kids involved in swimming. And sometimes if the instructor doesn't speak Spanish, it gets a little hard. But how would you do it to get those kids involved and the only English, speaker kids involved? Like, what would you do in that case?
Well, I feel like when I talk to my parents on the phone, there are many times where, like, one moment we're speaking English, one moment we're speaking Spanish. So I just.
Sorry for that interruption.
Okay.
You can go ahead.
Okay. I feel many times that just I want them to be integrated. That's my number one. I don't want them to feel like, oh, these are the Hispanic kids and like these are the American kids. No, I just want everyone to feel together.
Definitely, I think that's a great answer. And what would your former employer say about you?
My former employer would definitely say I'm a diligent worker.
That's great. No, I think that's very important. And lastly, why do you want this position?
Well, as I mentioned before, I really do want to shape these kids. I do care about how they turn out, and I want them to have a good role model.
No, that's really important. Well, thank you so much for coming. It was great meeting you.
Thank you for having me.
I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Thank you.